I'm back. Let's get another review done. So the review that I'm going to talk about this week is the Card Expo, which was at Harrogate in York. There's a couple of things we need to talk about. First of all, it's a very heavily community orientated show in the sense of games, fun, all that kind of thing, content creators that they push to bring out to the show. There's a lot of stuff that for a buyer, it is quite possibly the best show, I would say, in the UK. From a buyer's perspective, the engagement, how they deal with things, everything surrounded around the show is absolutely perfect for the buyer. But I'm going to talk to you from the vendor's perspective, and I'll be honest, it felt really hard work to try and sell, and I've never had that at a Card Expo before. They sold out all their tickets. It was a fully loaded day. The public were coming in at a constant rate, and I felt it was, from a buyer's perspective, it was a very, very strong show. Let's get into it. So let's go over the location. So the location was on a horse racetrack. It was very good. Very, very nice. The parking was easy. However, I was in the blue room, and the blue room parking was next to the purple room, but then we had to walk around to sort it out. Now, we didn't realise this because we just saw blue parking and got straight out. There was a loading area for the blue room, which kind of made it a bit easier. But then it was, it was like a horse track in itself to go round to get into the car park. So luckily, having a trolley didn't mean too much of an issue. Getting in and out was totally fine. Security was totally good. Everything was fine. Everything was okay. It was just very easy just to get in, get sorted, get ready. I was early, which probably helped as well. So I wasn't in part of the rush or getting there late with other people. It was just a very good setup process overall. So the guys, they deal with that awesomely anyway. First of the shields is affordability. I got it right this time. Thank you very much. I got it right this time. So affordability. I'm going to give this 4 shields. So it ended up being about 30% of my total revenue. So I'm including table price, food and fuel. And it came to just about 30% of what I made total. I'll be honest, this show, if not for one last minute deal, which was from a vendor, it wouldn't have got 4 shields. It would have got 3. I genuinely struggled, and I have no idea why. I genuinely struggled to sell at this show. I spoke to people that were in the blue room, so I'll show you a picture of the map where I was, especially with table location as well. And the way that they had it separated out was, again, clever for the attendees. I don't know whether it worked for the vendors. And then people moved into the other room. I was told that there was a very little amount of Pokemon in the first room versus the second, and I couldn't get it to sort of stick in my head. It was busy. The problem was that it was busy, but it just seemed like a really hard day to sell cards, and I don't know why. And I love the Card Expo, and I love the guys who do it. The team that's there, the fact it's a family-run team, they know what they're doing. We've had multiple conversations across this year and last year, and they just genuinely have created something that is so good for the TCG community. Whereas the Wolverhampton Card Show focuses solely on bringing you TCG for free. These guys want to bring you everything. So they want to bring you fun. They want to bring you games. They want to make it a whole day. Activities. Find the Pokemon in the binder, and if you find it and cross it off, you get points. And absolutely genius. The fact they were getting vendors involved to create additional things, competitions, all this kind of stuff. I think it was a really good idea. It was a very, very good idea. And I think it's something that could be reiterated in multiple card shows and should be, and even from my perspective, it's something that I should look into. As an event organizer, I should be looking to create more things to have people involved in it as well. I just really struggled to hit that 30% mark. I was sitting at probably about 40. It was sitting about 40%, and I really did not want to give these guys anything less than 4 shields. And I'm so happy that a vendor came past and sorted me out for the day. But it genuinely felt like it was a struggle to sell. And I don't know why. I've never had this at any other of the Card Expo shows. So please take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt, because I'll probably come back to you at the next one, which is September or October the 18th. I need to double check. But I will be there. I will be looking to do it, and because I love the guys so much. But yeah, so for affordability, it was 4 stars. Trades was 5 stars. Yes. Yes, 5 stars. I had some really cool stuff. I'll admit, probably being at the end of the line, like, you know what I mean? Like in the other room didn't really help. Because it's always going to be the same. The reason that they have the premiere, like all card shows have premiere tables, we all know how this works, is because the vendors at the front will essentially get the best pickings, as it were, best pickings. You know, it's always going to be that way. Oh, the boss has turned up this time. Hello, boss. Oh, we've got them all. There's all 4 in today. It's always going to be the way, you know, you pay for sort of the area that you get in essence. So it makes sense. It's fine. I didn't think the location was that bad, but it just, because it was in the other room, it sort of changed it over. However, I was absolutely over the moon with this. I had a CGC10, the old school label CGC10, and it was the stamped promo of the Electabuzz from the first movie, and I thought that was absolutely fantastic. And that's trade of the day. That was. There was a bonus point to being a multi-TCG vendor, which was Gundam. So there is a lovely family who have a wonderful dog. I'm assuming it's an emotional support dog called Odin, and I met them at the Birmingham Card Expo show, so it shows that they followed the Card Expo as well. Wonderful family, and it turns out that the dad of the family, I went to say the head then, like we're like we're in medieval times, the head of the family, the dad of the family plays Gundam. Now, being literally the only Gundam vendor that didn't have it graded, turns out to have been a very good day for me for trades. I think I took in about £400 worth of cards from that day, so which was again absolutely fantastic. Pokémon was good. I had a few small One Pieces, which was weirdly mainly children more than adults with One Piece. There was a few deck builders, even a couple of vendors came to the desk for the decks on One Builders, but I had more in for Gundam in Harrogate in Yorkshire than I did for any other TCG. So round of 10 guys that play together in Harrogate, you guys are the best. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So yeah, 5 shields for trades, and let's move on to buys. So buys was 5 shields straight away. The amount of stuff I had produced, mainly through other vendors, but it was gold stars. The minute a gold star turns up on my table, you're going to get 5 shields because the value is astronomical. From the general public, I mean, it was the offer to buy. I think it was a Japanese base set Charizard in an Ace 9, which I'm sure hits about $2,500 anyway. So that guy came up, supported the channel as well, which I thought was really cool. So dude, I really appreciate the support as well. And it was just, yeah, it was just 5 shields. The amount of stuff I got offered, it was a no buy day for me. So I'm trying to sort of limit my buying. I'm trying to limit my buying addiction just because I've got a few things lined up in the future. So I'm trying to keep it sweet at the moment. It was a good day. It was a good day for that sort of things. I'm really pleased with the buying level, the trading level, especially the Gundam side. I picked up some really nice cards, so I'm very happy with that. So all good my end, all good. So yeah, to round this up, I will always be an avid supporter of the Card Expo. I would always suggest to utilize their shows as much as possible. Birmingham was fantastic. They sold out this time way ahead of schedule versus previous 2 where they didn't do that, and to me it got better every time, especially from Leeds to Birmingham. But this one, it felt like it was really hard to sell, and I don't know why. You know, it could just be because of the amount of people that are Pokemon now as vendors. You're so spoilt for choice that I think it's the overwhelming part. It's the fact that, you know, you've probably found that card 14 vendors prior and already paid for it. So there's like a number of things that could lead towards this. One of the things that could have been was that I didn't have Japanese out. Now I know on average I'd probably take about 25% out of the total 100% for Japanese. So maybe there was my problem. Maybe 25% of what I needed to make should have been through Japanese, and that was where I went wrong. But it felt very hard. It felt very hard to sell at Harrogate. So hopefully a better time next time. And I achieved, and I'm so glad I managed to confirm 4 stars in the end, because I'll just end with the fact that I genuinely love what the Card Expo do. It is a card show that genuinely focus around its audience, and it creates a day for people to genuinely just enjoy and have fun, and the staff that are around it are friendly and nice, and it's just so well organized. Other sellers said they had a great time, which is fantastic. In the other room, they smashed it. Over in the room that I was in, a lot of people said that they were happy with what they took, which was fine. I'm genuinely, I love it. I love the Card Expo. I really want to be able to go to as many as I can. I'm glad we were able to sort of give it that rating in the end. On to the next one. Definitely on to the next one. You will always see me at a Card Expo. There's nothing to ever worry about that. I will always fully support this event because they create a card show that's right for the right reasons. It's always going to be a thumbs up from me. So tell me what you thought about that. It's hard to be a bit controversial when it comes to shows that you enjoy, but I have to be as honest as possible. Through the show, I was genuinely gutted that I would have to give this show 3 stars because of how much I made. I'm so glad they bumped it up to 4. Appreciated to the vendor that helped me bump that up to 4 at the end. So your slab purchase was greatly appreciated. Yeah, so if there's anything that you wish to see added, let me know. If there's any other sort of subject that we should talk about, should I make accessibility a shield rating, especially from a vendor's perspective? Let me know, especially on that, because I can add that in. All of the previous 3, including this one, so the 3 reviews that I've done so far would have 5 shields on that anyway, so I wouldn't be too worried about that with those. If you do think it should be added in, please let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll speak to you guys in the next one.